Hello my friends, Mike here with Mike's Wilderness, and out for another hike in the park. It is November 27th, the day after Thanksgiving, and getting out here to wear off some of that turkey dinner from yesterday. Anyway, we are looking at a very beautiful day today, and looking down on the Minneopa Creek Valley here. And across the way is the county park. Don't see anybody in the lookout over there, but anyway, had to get a little bit of the kind of opening credits here and introduction to today's adventure. It is about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think it's around 38 degrees, something like that. So yeah, we're going to get out and enjoy it and see what kind of trouble we can get into. A little bit of breeze, but that's okay. I see the path ahead, and it's time to get to exploring. All right. Well, as you can see, a lot of leaves have dropped from the trees, and now we're getting a much better view of the Minnesota River down below in the valley. And wow, it really spreads out on this side. It's really quite amazing. It looks like there's a small little island right there. And at this point it is running somewhat southeast until it arrives at the confluence with the Blue Earth River. And then it heads northeast from there towards the Twin Cities. And you can kind of see it going off in that direction. And I am at a lookout point here not too far from the Hidden Falls. Looking back through the forest here, this part of the park is populated with quite a bit of deer, and I've even seen a coyote in here once or twice. And the Hidden Falls is down in a ravine here, which is sort of to my right at the moment, and you can see a little bit of it in the background there. One day maybe we'll have to get down there and do some exploring. But anyway, there's a full 360 of the lookout point. I'm going to be heading over to the campgrounds area in a little while, but just wanted to get a full view here. I don't hear any trains coming, otherwise the tracks down there would be occupied. And yeah, it's a good view for train spotting as well. Okay, well, let's keep moving. Just quickly revisiting this somewhat playful attempt at building a bushcraft shelter or drying wood. I'm not sure which it is. Can't build any fires here anyway, but sure looks like there's a lot more stacked up against it than there used to be. And yeah, kind of interesting. There's something of an entrance on this side. Some small child, I suppose, can sit in there and look out. Anyway, just thought I'd take a look, see how it's doing. I think in a previous video I have probably featured this in the past. In fact, this very tree, but these kinds of fungus, horse's hoof fungus or false tinder fungus, tend to keep growing and get larger, and they can populate the tree in a lot of ways. There's quite a bit of different types of fungus here, but it's always good to know where these resources are, and that's the reason I'm bringing it up again, is that if you know your area and you know where these types of things are for making fire and such, this tree here has several large pieces of horse's hoof fungus going all the way up into the tree, and yeah, it'd be a nice place to come to get that resource. And as it gets into the winter here and things start to dry out and such, yeah, it wouldn't take much at all to turn these into something that you can get fire with. But just wanted to bring it up again. Practice finding the resources you need for other things. That's why we get out and hike around and explore all the time. Well, I know that a lot of what I've been taking here for video is mostly scenery, but I do like to kind of record the environment as it changes throughout the season. And yeah, this has afforded me a chance to examine the leaf coverage and just how much I can see the water levels in the river, and I can see that it's gone down quite a bit, which would mean then that the floodplains are probably dried out pretty good, and we might be able to get down there and do some exploring on the floodplain. And when it's not too muddy, that's a good way to go. So anyway, just wanted to bring that to you, and yeah, kind of nice. Take in the scenery. Yes, while I was out and about, I did harvest a little small piece of that horse's hoof fungus, and now I'm going to cut into it and just see how I can, how much of the amido layer I can find. It actually feels pretty dry. Had it in my pocket for a little while trying to dry it out, but yeah, we'll see. Let me get it opened up a little bit with my pocket knife and take a look at the layers, see what it looks like. Well, as you can see, I think if I've got this in focus right, that sort of rusty colored layer at the very top here, all along this edge, is the amido layer. And it's got this white cuticle covering it on the outside that we have to carve away. But yeah, there's a little bit there. Not sure how fuzzy it'll be, but let's work at it a little bit more. Maybe remove some of that cuticle and see if we can tease up a little pile of amido. Well, now as you can see, I've removed quite a bit of that white cuticle layer on the outside. Getting down to the more fibrous parts of it, and yeah, I'm going to see if I can tease up and get a little pile of fluffy material out of that we can maybe put some kind of a spark into. Let's get the pile first. Well, this is a kind of a tried and true method. It's been around a long time, but I'm just using the edge of my Swiss Army knife saw to cut down through the amido layer to produce this fine little pile of fuzz. And so we're going to get a little bit more of that, and then we'll see if it'll take a spark. But yeah, saw blade works real good for shaving off the granular parts that you need to produce the fluff. Okay, well, I've got it gathered up here on a piece of birch bark, and lots of tiny little granular pieces of fuzz off that amido. And I'm going to see if I can put a little bit of a spark into it with my fire steel, and then I'll show you the results. So there we have a little coal that I stuck in it using my fire steel. You could use flint and steel too. It's probably not that difficult. It smolders and will maintain that for quite some time. Huh. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. We got an eagle making some sound. But yeah, now that I've got a coal here, I should be able to process that up into a flame. Let's see what happens. Wasn't quite enough to catch my birch bark on fire, but that's okay. You can see we got a lot of smoke there, and if it had been in proper tinder, it probably would have worked just fine. Yeah, there you go. Amado. An amado fluff. Good stuff. Take one more look at that. I'll show you. Just cut off and got the raggedy edges of that. Well, I don't end my day hikes at this point as often as I'd like to. This is the seasonal wetland that they use to educate people in the park, the nature program. And it's fun to watch it change over the season. Of course, all the red-winged blackbirds are gone now. And it's towards sunset, so it's starting to get dark. You can see a lot of cattails out there with a lot of fluff. That's always kind of good to see. But yeah, anyway, it was a great day. And we got a few things done. Thanks for coming along. Be sure to get out and get dirty. Like and subscribe. And I hope you're all staying healthy in this time of COVID. And it's going to take all of our efforts to get through it. Hang in there. Stay safe. And yeah, I'll certainly visit your YouTube channels and vlogs if you post a link in the comments. So take care, and yeah, catch you the next time. Goodbye.